How does my parents' marriage affect my own?
Many people wonder if their own parents, their family of origin people, have set them up for having an impact on their marriage today. And I definitely believe that's true. I'm a marriage and family therapist that works family systems. That is, I believe that everything we learned as a child, we're bringing into our life, we learned in our family. It's like our first school. So our parents serve as models, not only for marriage, but they serve as models for how to parent. So if we've grown up in a home where there's conflict and fighting, that's basically how we're going to do it. Or we're going to try and totally avoid that by being a conflict avoider, which is the worst kind of communication style for a marriage. That's the death knell for a marriage, to avoid conflict altogether. So if I'm working with couples, and that's the first thing I do is say, tell me about your parents' marriage. How did they negotiate difficult issues? And some people say, well, they fought over it all the time, or others said they never talked. We never heard our parents fight, and we know parents do. How did they resolve things, Everything in our family in which we grew up affects us greatly, and we carry all of that into our own marriages. I call it emotional baggage. And you can have a huge big load of it. It can be everything from alcoholism, abuse. There's a lot of good stuff too. But the thing is, young people moving toward marriage need to be able to examine all of that and look at it and say, I like this a lot. I want to take this into my marriage, or, oh, I don't want this, or I don't want this. So you have a choice. Because if you don't examine it, if you don't look deeply how your parents' marriage was, you're bound to repeat it. You just do it unconsciously. So I think that young people moving toward marriage need to do a lot of prep, as well as people moving toward remarriage, is getting skills in advance and classes, and they can't clean up all that emotional baggage. We're carrying that stuff around forever, but we can be aware of what it is, because ultimately we're bringing some and our partner's bringing some, and they may be things that totally collide. And if we're not aware of what it is, it's going to be a disaster. But if we have the courage to look and examine it, then we can understand each other and make a good, solid marriage. So sometimes I ask my families, my couples, would you like a marriage like your parents had? And some say, absolutely not. And others will say, yes, my parents had a good marriage, and I hope to have one like that too.